Hi, friends. This is Eddie with Heart for Healing Ministries, and it is my honor and privilege to be speaking with you today. If you haven't seen our first video that introduces you to the type of content that you can expect on this channel, our mission, and helps you get a better understanding of who exactly Heart for Healing is, then I encourage you to go check that video out. If you have seen that video, then this video is for you. You probably have a pretty good question. Who exactly is Eddie? Who am I? And what kind of experience do I bring to the table? The purpose of this video is to answer that question, is to share my story, my testimony, my experience, strength, and hope with you to help you get a better understanding of exactly who I am and what kind of experience I bring to the table. I grew up in a nice middle-class family. Life was actually pretty good. My dad was a union carpenter. My mom was always there. Had awesome birthdays, a lot of fun. We went to theme parks and did a lot of really cool stuff. I got really good grades. My teachers had said that I had the best scores that they had ever seen. I was a part of what was called a talented and gifted program. We went on these amazing field trips and did these extracurricular activities. There was one specific thing we did in the program that was like this crime scene investigation class, and we got to learn about fingerprints and blood testing, how you test for different blood types, and we got to go to like this lab where we actually got to do a lot of different experiments and do our own experiments involving testing for different blood types and all of those cool things. And it was a really cool class, and I got to do all of these different things like in the first, second, and third grade, and it was really cool. I also loved sports a whole lot. I did really good in sports, baseball, basketball, soccer. It's cool because you guys do all of them because they're all different seasons and times of the year. And so I was on all of the teams, and my dad coached my baseball teams. I did chess club, did chess tournaments, and life was really good. And I had this great relationship with both my dad and my mom, and I was excited for my dad to come home from work because I was waiting for him we were going to play chess, we were going to go play catch, or, do this and that. My mom always made me breakfast, took me to school, did my lunches, and life was really good. And I thought I was going places. Like, I had all of this excitement for life. It was an adventure. I had this confidence. I felt like I was going to conquer the world. Like, I was going places. I had so much hope. I was going to be a doctor. I was going to be a professional baseball player and all of these things. And it didn't take very long for all of these wonderful things, both on the outside and in the inside, all that hope, all that confidence, all that excitement for life, that happiness, that freedom, to be ripped out of my arms, you know what I mean? And I was absolutely powerless to stop it. It didn't take long for drugs, alcohol, and mental health issues to completely kill the Eddie that I used to be, the Eddie that I was going to be, like the excitement that I had for life, and not just me. Like, it didn't just take me and my life, it took my family and the lives of the people around me, and it just didn't take very long for my life to completely go downhill, and everything I knew, everything that I had thought that was going to be my life was just completely taken away from me, and I was absolutely powerless to do anything about it, you know what I mean? And I was absolutely crushed. Uh, and the thing is there was always some like small signs that like if things were different, like I had really bad ADHD. I had a really hard time sitting still in class, I have a hard time paying attention, and my teachers always knew when I didn't take my meds, and they'd call my mom and be like, hey, I don't think Eddie took his meds today. I'd wander from my desk, and my teachers would say, hey, Eddie, your desk misses you. And I always preferred to like isolate. Like, I preferred to be alone on the playground. I would isolate. I would withdraw. Felt much more comfortable by myself. And even when I was around other people, I still felt alone. I felt different. And like at family functions, I felt alone. And I do things to try to not feel alone. I do things to try to escape the pain. But nothing really ever filled that void that was inside of me. And I never actually really attended the fourth grade. So like after I completed like the third grade, and that was the absolute highlight of my life, and things were so good. I never really attended the fourth grade. That's where things really, really fundamentally changed for me. And my mental health issues actually got so much worse around that time. I was diagnosed with a lot more than ADHD. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, temporal lobe epilepsy, ADHD, Asperger's, a mild form of autism. I saw things that weren't there, especially with like the Asperger's. Like I always struggled socially. I had a really hard time reading any social cues at all. I had a hard time telling whether or not you were joking, whether or not you were being sarcastic, making friends, getting outside of my comfort zone, talking to people, all of those things. Like I struggled real bad with all of those things. And I saw things that weren't there, especially the bipolar disorder. The doctors said that I had one of the most textbook cases of bipolar disorder that they'd ever seen. It was crazy. I couldn't go into all of the details, but man, it was always up, down, these crazy episodes of mania, uncontrollable laughter, racing thoughts, inappropriate behavior, punching holes in the walls, and all sorts of crazy stuff, all immediately always followed by these incredible depressive episodes that I just couldn't get myself out of. I was locked up in a variety of different mental health institutions all throughout my teenage years. Countless doctors, countless psychiatrists, blood tests, brain scans, doctor appointments. They had to monitor my blood levels because of all the medications I was on. Not just because of all the medications I was on, but specifically the lithium, If you have been diagnosed with any of the things that I've talked about, then you're going to recognize all of the medications that I've been on, because I've been on a lot of them, and I've been on lithium, Abilify, Zyprexa, Depakote, Ritalin, Risperdal, Strattera, Adderall. I could go on and on. Trileptal, Clonidine, Trazodone, Xanax, Klonopin, Visceral. I could just go on and on about all of the different medications I've been on. I've been on countless medications. At one point, I was on 8, 9 different pills a day. Some of those pills 3 times a day, and I was on Social Security and food stamps, and I just thought that was going to be the rest of my life, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to have a normal, happy, healthy, meaningful life full of purpose, adventure, get the job, get the career, get the house, the girl, all of the things, and do all of the things and have a real, full, complete life. But it's none of those things just aren't true. It's actually and the other thing is that it didn't take long for addiction in all forms and all types to completely rip my life apart, rip me apart, rip my family apart. It was normal for homeless people. It took eventually the house that I grew up in, it became a trap house, you know what I mean? And it was normal for homeless people to come in and out of the house at all hours of the day. It was normal for people to come in your room and steal from you while you were sleeping. It was normal to live in fear. It was normal to live in chaos. It was normal for all of your money to go to drugs and alcohol and all of those things. And it was normal for my father to not be there. Divorced parents, lots of crime, lots of chaos, cops and FBI showing up to the house all of the time. House fires were normal. Normal, literal and figurative house fires was so incredibly normal. Our house burnt down twice. We lost everything in our house twice, and the actual house, and then it was taken by the bank because we weren't paying the bills because of all of our money with the drugs and alcohol. That was my life. Crime, chaos, torment, misery, trauma, suicide. So there's some specific psychotic episodes. This one time, I thought my family was going to kill me in my sleep, and so for whatever reason, I was just insane, and I grabbed all of the knives and all of the silverware and anything I thought that my family could use to hurt me. I took all of that stuff, I hid it, and my mom goes to make a sandwich one day, and she's like, "Man, Eddie, where's all the silverware?" And it's I know what you guys are trying to do. You guys are planning on killing me in my sleep, and I'm not going to let it happen. And there's actually this one very long-term, I was haunted by demons. I was seriously haunted by demons for a really long time. There was this one particular dream. It was a witch that came every single night on the dot, like when the clock struck midnight, like then which was there. It took me places I didn't want to go, and it absolutely terrorized me. And it honestly wasn't even a dream, like it was real. And I could tell you countless stories about that. It was every night. And so I was absolutely terrified of going to sleep, and like I couldn't do it because like I knew exactly what was going to happen to me at night when I went to bed, and I just couldn't handle it, you know what I mean? And it was awful, and like that really describes my life. And I would run away from home. There was so many nights, so many countless nights where I'd run away from home, and I'd get as far away from home as I possibly could. I'd find some isolated place, where people couldn't find me, and I'd just lay there on the ground. I'd cry. I wouldn't just cry, I'd cry out to God, you know what I mean? Because like I was so incredibly broken and destitute and just broken, and I'd cry out to God, you know what I mean, wanting something different. It's like, why am I here? This isn't the life that I want, you know what I mean? I can't do this anymore. And I got really sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just thought that was going to be my life, like forever. I didn't have any hope. And eventually I came to believe, I came to believe that I could have a solution, that there was hope, that I didn't have to live like that anymore. And pain was a really big motivator for me. And I got to work, you know what I mean? I started working on myself. I started working steps. I started taking steps to improve my life. I started praying more. I started spending more time with God. And I started doing everything I could to pursue a solution in my life, a better life, a life full of meaning and purpose. And it's like none of those things in my life describe me and my life at all today. None of them. It's like I haven't been on any medications or been to any psychiatrists, doctors, or mental health counselors or anything like that for over 7 years. I went from having no social skills, no communication skills, not being able to read social cues, and just completely unemployable, right? I went from all of that to being the type of person that gets raises and promotions from a boss who calls me his friend. It's like I get to climb the ladder of success today. It's like I am doing esteemable things with my life, and my life is getting better and better and better, and I'm constantly leveling up and doing all of these things that I was just absolutely convinced were impossible and that I'd never be able to do. I went from being sick, depressed, mentally ill to being made completely whole. It's like I'm healed today, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, joyous, and free. The Eddie that I was, the Eddie full of confidence, full of hope, full of excitement and adventure. It's like I'm that person again. It's like I have that attitude. I have that childlike faith that I used to have. It's like that I thought I lost forever. It's like, man, the program that I'm working today, the steps that I'm doing, and all of the tools that I have today, my spiritual toolkit, thanks to all of those things, it's like I found that version of me today. And it's like I'm so free. I'm so happy. And I wouldn't trade the life that I have, the version of myself, the places that I've been, the things that I've been through. I wouldn't trade any of it at all for anything, because everything I've been through, all of the things that I've done have ultimately led me to where I am today. And I love where I am today. I love the man in the mirror. And I don't just love the man in the mirror. I love the man that I'm becoming, because it's like my life is so incredible right now, but it's like it just keeps getting better and better. And it's like it's heading towards this amazing future too. And that's the other thing, is like I actually believe that from the bottom of my heart. Even early on, like in my recovery, and especially before I even really started this journey of recovery, it's like I couldn't enjoy any of the highs in my life because I was so terrified of when the next low was going to be. Because part of my life, what described my life in the way it used to be, is it was super inconsistent. And it's like, oh, Eddie's doing good, oh, Eddie's doing bad, and there it goes. It's like, there goes that job. And it's like I just never knew what to expect, and I was always a different Eddie. It's like you never knew what to expect from me. And so like I just lived in constant terror of myself. It's like I didn't know what to expect. I was always wondering when I was going to lose, when am I going to fail, when is this good going to leave, And so I couldn't enjoy any of it. But it's like today, it's like my life has this incredible consistency. Things are just getting better and better and better, and I'm doing things that I've never done before, and it's absolutely amazing. I got invited to be a part of the missions team at Living Hope Church, and it's like I got my passport and I got to travel to the other side of the world. I got to go to Africa, and I preached in 14 different churches and got to help people with my lived experience. I got to help share my experience, strength, and hope to let these people know that there's a solution. You know what I mean? These things are possible. And I got to put my lived experience in service of others. And I got to work with mental health counselors and do all of those amazing things in Africa. And that was actually super cool. You know, I went from not attending the fourth grade, right? Like dropping out of school in the fourth grade, falling so far behind in life, going so like to the deepest, darkest emotional, physical, financial pit, you know, and no education to where I just didn't think like that I was ever going to be able to climb out. Like I did not think I was going to be able to climb out of that pit, right? To going back to school, to getting my GED, to not just getting my GED, but going to college, you know what I mean? And getting A's in college. And it's cool. It's like I've gotten to do a lot of amazing different jobs and learn so many different skills on this journey of recovery. And it's like not just from the educational aspect, but like from the career aspect. It's like I've got to learn how to weld. It's like I've gotten to be a welder. I've gotten to be a truck driver. I got to learn all sorts of different things about the metal fabrication industry. And it's like, but it's like, I'm not stopping that leveling up. It's like there's always another level. There's always something higher to aim for, to shoot for the stars. And it's like those are the kinds of things that I'm doing today. Like I'm shooting for the stars. I'm aiming high. I'm going after the world like I always believed that I wanted to, but never knew how. And then that was taken away from me. And it's like, you know, now I'm an electrical apprentice, you know what I mean? And I'm working on being a journeyman electrician and getting my journeyman license, and I'm still going to school and I'm still leveling up and I'm doing all of these super incredible things with my life today, and it just continues to get better and better and better. And the best part is it's like all of the things that all of the hope, all of the healing that's in my life, it's not just me. It's like it's for you too. It's like you too can have the freedom, the recovery, and the healing and the hope that I have today. It's like I didn't ever think I'd be able to get that back again. And it's like it just started taking steps. I started working the program that I'm working. I started utilizing these different spiritual tools. And it's because of all of those different things that it's like my life has just gotten so incredibly amazing today. And it's like you can too, you know, and I could go on, and it's like my life is absolutely amazing today. And it's like I'm so happy, I'm so free, I'm so complete inside. My life is peace. My life is full of victory, celebration, friends. I have so many friends today. I have so many meaningful relationships, and they're not surface level relationships. Like I have real friends that I talk to about everything, and I have these men in my life that I look up to, that I ask for advice, that I can share everything with, like that I don't hide anything, and I'm able to be vulnerable with these people, and I'm so comfortable. It's like one of the things I lost, you know, in my past was the ability to trust other people, you know what I mean? Like I had these severe trust issues, and it's like I'm actually able to trust people again. I can trust people, I can trust myself, and it's like everywhere I go, it's like I have victory, allies, at work, at school, you know, in my church and my home group and all of these things. And it's like my life is so incredibly amazing today. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you for listening to my story. If you relate to any of the things that I said, you know, if you're interested in the content and the struggles and any of these things, you know what I mean? And you want that kind of healing, you want that freedom, you want success, right? Because it's like I have those things. It's like I have this incredible success about life today, and it's like it's amazing. It's like you can have it too. And one of the purposes of this channel is I'm going to continue to talk more and more about how I exactly got this recovery, how I got this healing, how I overcame those things, and the different tools that I've used in my own life and have gotten really good results from. I'm going to talk about those things on this channel. I'm going to share with you about how I've done what I've done, how I have what I have. And the thing is I hope that you do apply the tools and the resources that you find on this channel so you can get those exact same results in your life as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of Heart for Healing Ministries. If you like this channel, if you like me, if you like the story, if you like the content or the ideas, and you're interested in seeing more, please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have an absolutely amazing Saturday. Thanks for watching.